Hello, friends. Welcome again to Rang-e-Lucknow. My name is Pingaksh Tripathi, and this time I'm going to start a series of a collection of short stories written by me. Hope you will like it. These stories are very simple stories related to our lives, people we see around us, and there is something in each story which lets us, reminds us, and teaches us something. So today's story is about a boy who's around 21 years old. He lives in a small town of a state in India, and after completing his graduation, he went to Delhi for preparing for the UPSC exam, which is one of the most prestigious exams. So, this boy, whose name is Rahul, Rahul belongs to a very lower middle class kind of family. His father runs a business which is a very small grocery store through which he earned meagerly. He was able to run his family, but still the parents of Rahul uh, wanted him to become a big man, a senior officer, which happens to, it is kind of a middle, uh, I mean, it is a dream for all of the middle class, most of the middle class in India. So Rahul was the only son, and his parents had lots of dreams invested in him. Rahul lived in the city of Delhi. His father sent him some money every month, which he had to use very wisely because he lived in a very cheap shared accommodation, a hostel, which was one of the cheapest in Delhi, and he has to pay the tuition fees and cook his own food because he cannot afford to buy cooked food. So somehow he managed. So, but sincerely, he realized after some time that the money his father was sending was not too much, and he never wanted to put pressure on his father. So, Rahul thought that why should I not do a part time job to have some extra money so that I can have some good food, because the tuition fee and the living cost was fixed, and that cannot be curtailed in any way. What he did was is curtail his food. Sometimes he had some bread only, or lentils or rice or anything like that, which was cheap. So he thought, why should I not take out some time from my daily routine and earn some money? So instantly he took the newspaper, and opened the column of wanted section, and searching through that, he saw, his eyes fell on a very small advertisement, or an a call for walk-in interview for a delivery boy in a restaurant. The working hours were feasible according to the person who wanted to work there, and salary was may not be so good, but still he thought, let me give it a try. That advertisement attracted him. He thought, should I go? And he instantly called on the phone number given in the newspaper. It was a restaurant in South Delhi named Delhi Swad. He called and the phone rang. Voice of an elderly person answered the phone. Hello. The voice was very deep and sir. Rahul said, hello sir, I am Rahul here. I just went through the column of your invitation for the job of delivery boy. I wanted to apply. Can I have a walk-in interview? The voice on the other side of the phone said, yes, may I know who's calling? Sir, my name is Rahul, as I told you just now. Okay, Rahul. So why don't we meet up tomorrow 5:30 p.m. sharp? Will that be okay for you? Rahul thought it's okay because his classes ended around 3 p.m. and 5:30 was fine for him to work in the evening for a few hours. Next day he went to that restaurant, Delhi Swad. It was in the bylanes of South Delhi, in a very crowded lane, and he saw that Delhi Swad was written in neon lights, and it seemed to be a very normal kind of restaurant, but as he entered, he saw that the restaurant is full, all the seats are taken. So he thought that might be the food is very good here, that's why so much people are here. And as he read the rates, they were also fine, not very costly. So he went to the manager who was on the counter and said, I talked to Mr. Balani, I think. Is he the owner of this restaurant? The manager looked at him and smiled. Mr. Rahul, welcome to Delhi Swat. Mr. Balani has been waiting for you. Yes, he is the owner of the restaurant. His office is just right behind the kitchen area. Please go and meet him. He's waiting for you. Rahul was a little afraid also because this was his first interview and he didn't know what will happen. But he pulled himself up and went to that room where there was like an written manager's office, Mr. Balani. He knocked the door and the same heavy, stern voice of an old man came from inside. Yes, come in, please. Rahul entered the room and saw that it was a normal small room with a sofa set, a center table, and an office table and chair on which Mr. Balani was sitting. He was an old man of maybe around 60 or 70 years. He had the look of an Englishman, the way he dressed, the hat he put on, his accent, everything was like he was from some English country. Mr. Balani was looking at some papers and through his nodding he asked Rahul to please sit down. Rahul sat down and waited for a few minutes. After Mr. Balani went through all the papers he was going through, maybe he was looking at the accounts of the restaurant. Then he turned towards Rahul. So, yes, Mr. Rahul, you are here for the job of the delivery man. But you don't look like a delivery man. Do you think you will be able to do the job or be justiceful for the job? Rahul said, of course, sir. Why not? Why do you want this job, Mr. Rahul? Rahul told his whole story about his father, his preparations, shortage of money, and everything. Very honestly, Mr. Balani said, okay then, you will have to work 4 to 5 hours per day. I think in the evening that will be the time which will be fine for you because as you said you go to your coaching classes in the morning. Rahul said yes. So Mr. Balani asked, but then you will have to stay here for the delivery from 5:30 to 10 p.m. When are you going to study for yourself? Rahul thought for a while and said, sir, I'll get up early in the morning and I will still be having 4 to 5 hours for study because my classes start at 10. Very good, said Mr. Balani, smiling. I like that spirit, my boy. Rahul smiled and said, Sir, there is one more request. Please, just call me Rahul, not Mr. Rahul. Mr. Balani smiled back at him and said, Oh, sure, Rahul. And there is one more request from my side is that you don't call me sir, you call me Mr. Balani. This way they talked about their lives. Rahul learned that Mr. Balani was a single man. He showed him a photograph in his office of a young boy who was merely 25 years. He said, This is my son's photograph. My son and my only child and my wife died in an accident a few years ago, and I'm the only one left here to run this business. Mr. Balani said with a voice which had pain behind it. So, Rahul, I'm left alone to run this business, and I need good people to help me out in this. But I'm very strict also, let me tell you. If you have to come at 5:30, it means 5:30 sharp, because I don't like people who don't take worth of time. You will be given a bicycle and a dress. The manager will take the orders from phone. You will be given a phone which will show you the way through GPS, and you will have to go and deliver. We don't take orders from far away, so you'll have only to travel 1 or 2 kilometers around this restaurant. It's fine, sir, Rahul said. No problem at all, sir. I will do my best, sir. Mr. Balani stood up and smiled. Well, that's very good. I hope you do well. Let me show you the kitchen and let's meet the staff here. He came out of the room and Rahul followed him happily as he knew he was recruited. So, friends, this is the first of the part of the story which I haven't named yet. There's no title to it, but we can call it Delhi Swad. If you like the title, please write in the comment box. And part 2 of this story I will be bringing to you. I will try to bring to you next week. Thank you for hearing patiently. I hope you liked the story. I'm not a very good storyteller, but I like stories and I like listening to stories. But I can assure you that this story is not what it seems. You will enjoy the story, and in the last, what happens will thrill you, and make you think so many things about your life also. Until then, take care and goodbye, my friends.